What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 19, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
Way up there.
But we got a special guest today, Seth.
The man, the myth, the real estate agent. Are you like officially real estate agent? Like that's your title, or are you like an apprentice, or what? What's the title?
I've been a real estate agent for 2 years. No, year and a
Okay.
half. Real estate advisor, real estate agent, realtor, whatever you want to call me.
Whatever we want to call you. Can we call you something crazy like the guru of the? No, that sounds like a Wakefield thing. The guru of the real estate
The
world.
guru of the real estate
That's
world.
terrible.
Yeah, I mean that's applicable, I guess. Youngest in the game, really. In
The
my
youngest, the actual youngest.
league. No, not the actual youngest, but in my niche of the market, in the Lake Oswego market, I'm the youngest doing what I'm doing.
That's dope as all get out. Well, yeah. So welcome back, episode 19. You already know what time it is.
Yes,
We have a juicy episode today. You just met him, Seth Murphy, youngest real estate agent in the Portland metro area, probably. So yeah, I really want to just jump right into all this. So tell us, like, give us the most, I guess, kind of broad, as detailed as you want, intro to yourself as you can.
Broad and as detailed are two very different things. So I'll
give it. It'll be broad, but detail like just little stuff, like the important parts, I guess.
Okay. My name is Seth Murphy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
I grew up in Eagle Creek, Oregon, on a farm, bucking hay, taking care of cows, kind of. Not that, really. But on a farm. I've known you guys for a long
a
long
good
time.
amount of time, yeah.
A good chunk, yeah.
I went to Damascus with you guys. Graduated in 2017. Went to Portland State. I played basketball at Damascus for God knows forever. Went to PSU. Hated being in Portland. I worked at Nike. Hated being in Portland at Nike. Quit. Went to a community college. Worked for my father's company. Didn't enjoy that. Quit again. Then I dropped out of school. Found real estate. Started by flipping houses. Got licensed. Here I am.
Very nice.
And
So
now I sell houses.
So flipping houses. You started flipping houses. What's that mean?
So one day I was like, man, how do I, make it out of school, right? Like I wasn't going to let myself drop out unless I had something to make money, right? I looked at school as like buying myself time, right? Nobody's going to question what you're doing with your life if you're still in school.
Exactly.
It's a cop-out. And so that's what I was doing. And then I was just I was like in my basement one day and I was like, I should flip a house. I don't have that kind of money at this point in my life. I was 19. I walk upstairs to my father. I was like, we should flip a house. I put the we in front.
Yeah.
That's how I got him. And he's like, I was just lucky. I'm very blessed in like everything I do. But my dad was like, yeah, man, we'll look into it. And that, it took a week and we found a house that we wanted to flip and we just flipped it. And then I just started getting licensed to become an agent because it made more sense for me to sell my own flips, right?
Yeah.
And here we are. I actually fell in love with being an agent. I love what I do. I'm in nice houses every day. I work with fun people.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have a YouTube channel now, so I have a lot of fun doing that. And then, again, we'll probably get to it. I got partnered up with one of the bigger agents in the area of Lake Oswego and like Southwest Portland. God knows how.
Yeah.
Just one day I was looking at like really expensive listings and I saw one for like 3.3 million. And then I saw like the picture attached to it and it was like a younger agent. And so that's Matt, my partner now. I sent him an email. I was like, hey man, I'd love to just talk, like pick your brain, anything. He hit me back. He's like, yeah, let's hop on the phone on Tuesday. We hop on the phone on Tuesday. 2 seconds into us on the phone, his baby started crying. And he's like, hey, let's reschedule this. I was like, bet. We hang up. I didn't talk to him for like 3-4 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so fast forward, me and Sam and I make that day in the life video. And he ended up seeing it somehow. And he emailed me and he's like, hey, I'd like to sit down with you and offer you this position. And I was like, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Like I had totally forgot. I was like, I was speechless. I was like, we had just floated the river, like in like the Clackamas River. And I was standing there with like a random group of people, like Sierra Wood, like Isabella, their friend, and none of my homies were around. And I had to tell somebody, like the email I just got, I was like, look, I was freaking out. I was speechless, man.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I just composed myself and I, sat down with him and here we are.
Dang.
Yeah. So it just kind of worked out.
That's
He
insane.
did $62 million of volume last year by himself,
Wow.
which is insane, dude.
So he sold 62 million worth of houses.
Yeah.
Oh,
For perspective, right?
Yeah.
I sold 7.5. He sold 62
That is insane.
That's in the year span.
in a year span, 12-month span.
Wow. So is that like more houses or just like fewer, way more expensive houses?
His average sale price is about 1.3. So a little bit of both. It's a lot of houses, but he also specializes in these lake houses, this luxury market.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So is that something you get into after you've been into it for a while, or is that like a category you choose to get into?
No, it's after, dude, it's who you know.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying like 10 minutes ago.
yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know, especially in real estate, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, you can get, I know one agent in LA, he just got licensed and the first listing he got was about $6 million. It was his first listing and it's like his parents' friends.
Damn.
It's not what you know, dude. It's who you know.
Yeah.
And like, I've been, same thing, Lucky. It's like all of my biggest sales have been like referred to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
By him or just
no,
like
by
random?
like people I know.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I've only found by myself like 3 of my sales.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of how many?
I've done 16 sales now.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Wow. So did flipping that house get you into the realm of real estate, or is that something you've kind of been wanting to get into before that?
Dude, I never thought I'd ever end up in real estate, bro.
Yeah.
It made no sense to me. Like, the stigma behind real estate agents, it's super competitive. A lot of them are really scummy. And it's true, both of those things. It's really competitive and you meet a lot of scummy agents. I'm very blessed the way I operate and the way that my partner operates, like 10 out of 10, man. Like, like he's, I even made sure when he was interviewing me, I was interviewing him. I was like, I don't want to work with a scumbag.
Right.
So he was really cool. But yeah, no, I had no clue I wanted to do it. It was just attractive to me. I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
And like nobody's ever, it's my favorite thing to tell people is nobody in real estate is ever going to be like, you're making too much money. You have no cap. You can just keep selling. Like,
It's all on you.
yeah, you eat what you kill. And that's the most attractive thing to me, right? Like I don't, like I'll have months where I'm not like, I make this joke with Sam every now and then. Like if I don't have like a sale for a month, I go, you made more than me this month, right? Like it's a funny joke.
Yeah.
It's kind of a prick joke, but like it's funny. But that's how it is, man. You eat what you kill, and I love it because it just like there's no room for complacency. And you guys have known me for a long time. That's just kind of, I just like to compete.
Oh,
So how long, like after you start working with what was his name?
My partner Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
How long were you going until you started kind of talking with Sam about, your YouTube channel and that whole process?
So I got into real estate in like August of 2019.
Okay.
And then I just was by myself. And I was like, if you're a young real estate agent, I tell everybody this who like, I get asked all the time, like kids our age, like somebody a little older than me. I'm about to become a new agent. What should I do? Find somebody to partner with. Because I got so lucky being able to like reach the level of success I was by myself.
Yeah.
Luck. Luck. I worked hard. Luck.
Yeah.
Once I found Matt, life changed. He found me off the video with Sam.
Right.
And I was attractive to him because I was doing video. And obviously you guys follow me on Instagram. We do a lot of video.
Right.
But it was like instant. He's like, do you have a videographer that you know? Like, do you have anybody you recommend? I was like, yes. Like I do. Yeah. I left that meeting. I shot Sam a text. We made a video, like a slight segment in a video about it of like how it happened. I was like, hey, did you enjoy shooting houses? Because I might have a job for you. And Sam's like, yes. And this is like he was working at Chick-fil-A at this time.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're not gonna work at Chick-fil-A anymore. Our lives are about to change. Like it was so cool, man. Like
That's awesome.
like being in the moment, it was like everything was so like surreal. I was like talking to Sam. Sam and I weren't homies. Like I just knew him.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing. Everyone's like, so you guys have been friends for a long time? I was like, no. We went to the same high school and we were like, we didn't like not like each other, but we weren't homies at all. Like,
Yeah.
he just like, the way it happened is we were chilling at the Patrick's house one day and I was like, Sam, do you want to make a day in the life video with me? He's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. And so right when I got hired by Matt, I call Sam. I was like, dude, you got to come in. And then Matt and I gave Sam an interview. He basically had the job already, but it was an interview. Yeah. And then, that's just kind of how it goes. And right when it started, I was like, let's do this YouTube thing. And it took us like 2 months because I got really busy to get it up and going.
Yeah.
My first vlog, you'd see it, like the first like half of it is shot like in like August. And then the second half of my first vlog is shot like 2 months later.
Jeez.
It just took us a while to get it up, man.
Dang. How's that going though? You liking YouTube or is it?
Yeah, man, it's super fun to do. I don't have to do the editing. Shout out Sam, man.
Yeah.
Sam,
big shout out Sam.
Big carries me. Dude, I love Sam. Yeah. He does all that for me. I just stand in front of the camera and look pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty.
Yeah, pretty, bro. It's just kind of, it's been fun. I love YouTube, man. We put it out, man. We don't get great numbers, obviously. Like, you guys know it. Like, you put your first one pops off, your first couple pop off.
Exactly.
And then people lose interest, and you're like, guys, I promise this stuff is only getting better.
Exactly what happened.
Right? Yeah. You're like, guys, and it's hard to convey. Like, I just want to get on like a live and be like, guys, I swear my content has only got better.
Yeah. No, it's honestly exactly how it is. Like, our first podcast we put out has the most listens out of all of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're at like, what, like 75,
like 80 or something.
80 listens or something like that. And then our most recent one, I mean, YouTube might have a part in that. People watch it on YouTube. It only has like 5 plays.
Yeah.
But that's like 5 plus however many are on YouTube.
Sure.
But exactly what you're saying. Like, you start, like, you think you're starting strong, but then it's just, and then,
thins
but
out a bit.
it'll start going back up though.
Oh,
like,
for sure. And Sam's the same. Sam's like, we just got to keep putting them out weekly. I was like, dude, you know what you're talking about, right? I'll keep putting these out weekly. Mm-hmm. But it's so funny. I'll go back and watch like my first like 5 vlogs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to talk to a camera.
What was I doing? You know?
And like now I watch, like I just came out with a new one today, and I was watching it. I'm like, man, these are so good. Mm-hmm. How do I not scream at people that like if they liked my earlier vlogs, they'll love these ones.
Exactly.
But you just can't do that. Let it naturally happen.
It's tough. It is. I mean, relatively competitive. Like, you probably don't have one specific person you're trying to like.
Nah.
So it's like it's weird how that all works out. Like with YouTube and like just putting out like stuff. I don't fully get it. But I want you to tell me a little bit about like what you're thinking for the future. Like not just with real estate, but with the YouTube and all that. Like what are you thinking for now?
Honestly, man, just reaching people. I want to educate people what it's like to be in real estate, like for YouTube. Because when I wanted to get into real estate, all the videos were like middle-aged old men, old women, and I was like, this doesn't apply to me at all.
It just doesn't appeal to a broader audience.
No,
either.
and like you watch my videos, and like, I mean, not to ride my own right now, but like I kind of make real estate look fun.
No, you definitely do.
It is sometimes, man, but it's like, I'm trying to be like, this is real estate straight up. Like, you get to have a lot of fun if you're doing it the way I do it.
Yeah.
A big misconception is, don't you have to do a lot of paperwork? No, you don't. It's all plug and play. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of my goal is I get people reach out. I probably get like 3 to 4 people reach out to me a week being like, hey, man, I want to talk about like what it's like to be a real estate agent. Like what's hard about being your age. A lot.
Well, that means you're doing a good job then.
Oh, for sure. I'm already hitting it, right? But I want somebody from like Thailand to stumble upon my video and be like, oh, it's a young real estate agent in these nice houses. Like it's like I can do that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, cool. Like I didn't think I was gonna hit nice houses until I was like, I told myself right when I get in, I was like, once I turn 25, man, I want to be in these like multi-million-dollar houses.
Right.
And then it just happened when I was 21, 22, and I was like, oh no, I have to change my goals. Which is awesome, but I was like, what next?
It's great, but it's awkward, you know.
It's weird, yeah. It's a weird thing. But that's my big one. Is I just want everyone to like look at my stuff and be like, okay, I want to be like educating people in what it's like, not only for real estate, but like, I mean, you don't have to go to school to like make it. Which I know I'm not the first person on that train.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like, it helps to hear it from a bunch of different people. Like, I love making the joke that I dropped out of school. I'm a degenerate. Yeah. Like people are like, they're like, oh, I was at an open gym like a couple weeks ago and I was wearing a UP shirt. He's like, oh, you go to University of Portland? I was like, nah, I dropped out of school. And he's like, oh. And you could tell his tone was like really weird.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm just a degenerate. And he's like, He's like, no, I'm sure. He's like, what do you do now? I was like, oh, I just sell houses.
I love that.
And then like we walk into the parking lot and I get in my car. He's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that.
Well, I feel like especially like nowadays, like we're living in the 2020s right now, and so a lot of stuff like I feel like I don't know how to word this. Like it requires a different type of expertise that you gain from going to school. Because when you go to school, you just get this really broad, really like unnecessary information, but it gets you that degree that might get you where you want to be.
A sweet piece of paper, man. I won't lie.
Expensive piece of paper.
I came to a realization, for sure, an expensive one. I came to a realization that I'm never going to lose a job based on my degree.
Yeah.
I was a business major. Mm-hmm. A lot of business is there's going to be like somebody watching this that's like really into business. But what I'm saying is like there's like a lot of business is how you talk, you know, your charisma. Mm-hmm. Can you deal with pressure? Can you adapt and learn?
Yes.
I can do all that really well. And I sat in class and I was looking around at all the other business majors at PSU. Yeah. And I was like, I would never lose a job to any of these people, no matter the degree. Mm-hmm. And I was out. Once it clicked, I was out.
It's also a really big confidence thing too. Yeah. Being confident in yourself and like your skills too. Like you know what I'm saysaying? Mm-hmm. Like
100%.
I've lived kind of. I mean, like I said, you guys have known me for a long time.
You're a confident motherfucker.
all of my life has been blind confidence. Some of it's not even been justified. It just like worked. Mm-hmm. You know?
No, yeah. Well, confidence sells. That's the thing. Like
confidence sells, and it I'm huge on manifestation, right? Like I say it happens, right? Mm-hmm. Not always, but. I mean, I am where I am, right? And ever since, like, once I struggled with confidence up until I was like 17. Like, I just didn't have it. I just projected it. I didn't have it. Mm-hmm. And then something clicked when I was like 17, 18, and then I graduated, and then things started like happening for me. And then one day I woke up and I was just like, no, it's me. Yeah. I was like, I'm the one. You know?
What do you think clicked at? Just being like around like usually around 17 or 18, you start hanging out with people that are significantly older than you. Like in a way, kind of like some people do. Anyway, like, do you think that kind of helped with it, or do you think there's something else that just kind of?
I just think it was a combination of a lot of things, right? Like things were happening for me when I got my job at Nike. 85 people were interviewed. 5 people got the job. I got the job. Yeah. I was like, oh, you know. I started excelling in like, you know, however hard it is to sell shoes. I was doing really good at that store. Mm-hmm. More confidence, right?
Right.
I was doing good in college. More confidence. Mm-hmm. It was just a bunch of little things were like happening. I think a lot of people like measure themselves too big, and I used to do it too. And like you'd fall short from your huge measurement,
right?
And you'd be like, "Oh, I failed." No, you didn't, man. You just There is such thing as going too big for sure. Everyone's like, "Go big or go home." Shoot for the stars for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like, be realistic. Yeah. And I think that was kind of what I was doing. Is I was just like, these small things were happening for me that just like started, I was like, oh, I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. Whatever it was. And then, like I said, when I dropped out of school, I was so scared. I was like, oh, I have to make this work. Yeah. Like I need to sell houses.
Yeah.
Or else I look so dumb. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I can drop out of school and I can become a solo agent at 20 years old and I can make it work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's scary. That's a lot of pressure. And then I made it work. And like I said, another thing, it just added. And then I got this job in Lake Oswego and it added. And
yeah. So how long was it from when you dropped out until you started your real estate stuff?
Oh, like instant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I just dropped out and I was already halfway through my course when I dropped out.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. I was, when I officially dropped out, I was at CCC. I was taking a geology class, a biology class, an astrology class, and a psych class. Ooh. And I was sitting there and I was like, why am I in any of these classes? And I get to my biology final and I flip through it, man. I could not answer one question. And I swear I studied, like I'm not even joking. Yeah. I could not answer a single question. I'm in there for 10 minutes. I stand up, I set the paper down, everybody's staring. Whether I'm like making that up in my head or not, I felt like everybody was staring at me. Mm-hmm. I slide in my paper. He goes, "Are you sure?" I was like, I just decided I'm dropping out. And I left. And then I had to explain it to my parents what I was doing.
Yeah. How did they take that?
Super cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My dad was like, Oh, okay.
Well, you had a decent reason to like drop out. Like,
and at that point in time, I was working at Crystal Green still, and I was like, this is like,
what were you doing there?
I was like a junior account manager. I was just measuring properties and sending out bids, and I was just doing like dog work for everybody.
Yeah.
I just wasn't happy. I just left. I just knew I needed to make something happen for myself, or else I wasn't going to be happy.
Yeah.
Right.
That's insane. So what was your, before real estate, what was your dream job?
I wanted to move up in Nike, man. I really did, because it's Nike, right?
Yeah.
And like I used to be a sneakerhead. I used to like just eat that up. I'm like, yeah, fashion, and I still like looking good, right? But I was like, oh, the new shoe every week. I should get that, and now I'm just like, yeah. And like I see the people I used to work with posting these shoes that I find ugly now.
Awful.
Yeah, but like I was a part of it too.
Yeah.
Like I would idolize these ugly shoes because everybody around me was. I was like, these are hype.
Yeah.
No, they're not, man. That's Nike's thing. It's mob culture.
Oh,
Those are ugly shoes, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
Give me some example. What's some ugly shoes that everyone's been hyping up?
Oh man, there was a big like Air Max drop, the like 270s I think they were or something. I'm so detached from like the names.
Yeah,
a lot of
I
those
forgot.
lunar shoes with like the huge soles on them.
I think I've seen those.
I don't know, man. People, I can't really put my finger on it, but like some Vapor Max colorways people were hyping up, and I'm like, are you sure?
I don't even know how I feel about Vapor Maxes, like just as a silhouette.
I love how they look, man. I hate how they look on me. I like wore them, and I was like,
Yeah.
oof.
I think it's a cool concept, like
They're
just
like,
like that.
like the bubbly.
Yeah, like the ones that Michael wears.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
They're mad
Biker
comfortable.
shoes.
I bet.
But just they weren't. I don't know, man.
I
But that was my dream, is moving up in Nike. So like
Yeah.
any position, I was just like, I want to be a part of this, and I just couldn't. It's really political there, man. It's again who you know, and I knew nobody.
Yeah.
So would you say working at Nike was like a helpful but like kind of like poor experience, or like what?
It
how
wasn't
do you
poor,
feel
man. I
about
met a lot of really cool people. It was definitely helpful because I quit because people treated me terribly. Like
Damn.
that? Like how so? Like just bullied or like what?
No. Just like not even like not coworkers, like customers.
Oh yeah.
You are just a median to get them a shoe.
Yeah.
And I understand that's my job, but I hate that.
Yeah.
And so I think it gave me like a lot of empathy. And I was like, oh. And so I've been so nice to service people ever since. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you guys okay? But I just hated it, man. Like every day I'd show up to work, I'd be hyped to work with my coworkers because I loved all of them. But I just hated my job. I was like, this sucks. And like you're not getting paid that much, and like your ego goes to the employee store and spends half your paycheck on more Nike stuff. You're just giving them your money back. And I was like, this is awful. And then the day I put in my 2 weeks, it was a big Jordan release. It was like Jordan 11 like blood reds, or like whatever, like all red. And it's like 7:30 in the morning. There's a huge line outside, and a Cadillac pulls up in the middle of Fifth Ave. Someone like shoots 3 shots into the line. Missed, didn't connect on anybody, but like they hit there's like, have you guys been to that store downtown?
Yeah.
Huge glass wall,
Yeah.
one like brick pillar, all 3 shots like hit that brick pillar. I was like, dude, if one stray hit that window, like one of my coworkers could have died, like, or got hit.
Jeez.
It was terrifying.
Wow.
It was so scary, man. And I just put in my 2 weeks that day. I was like, I'm out of here.
Did that happen while you were there?
I was there. I was inside, and I was on the other side of that brick wall.
Yeah.
I was like, out of here. I was like, that's not for
Oh
me.
my god.
And that's not like why I quit, but
Yeah.
that was like the trigger. Like I like it was a bunch of little things
You had
leading
enough
up
of
to
that.
that,
You
and I was
didn't
like,
get none of that.
I was like, done.
That's
It was probably a good thing you got out of there while
Yeah.
you did, because Portland did not get any better.
No.
crazy.
And then a lot of my favorite coworkers were quitting anyways, and on to
Yeah.
bigger and better. Good for them. And so
Was I listened to one of the other podcasts you did a while back.
Yeah,
Was he an ex Nike employee? Who was that?
his name was Keone. He was pretty cool.
That's cool.
He trained me like my first day. Like he's who I shadowed. He's pretty cool, man. But he was like, I met, man, just like a lot of cool people there, like that I'm still kind of in touch with now. But yeah, I'm happy I got out of there when I did. Like I said, if I would have stayed, Portland went downhill. I wouldn't be scared for me, honestly. Just like annoyed to be there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of be always in the back of your mind, like some shit might go down.
Exactly, man. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, Nike's a blue chip stock,
Yeah,
right? And people are like, big corporation, and I'm just in there, I'm like, no, yeah. man.
Jeez. Okay, so I do want to go back. You mentioned we all went to Damascus. So
Yeah.
tell me, we talked to Sam a little bit about it.
Okay.
But as a whole, what was your experience with like 1A? Because I don't think either of us knew big school at all. Like we didn't know nothing about 6A.
Yeah.
Did you? You never left Damascus, did you?
No, I never left Damascus. 2 days before my freshman year, I was enrolled at LaSalle.
Okay.
I was not coming back because Hunter was enrolled at Clackamas. And like Hunter's my best friend.
Yeah.
I get on the phone with Hunter. He's like, "Hey, man, I actually am just going to go back to Damascus." And I was like, "I was only leaving because you were leaving." And I was like, "Why wouldn't you tell me this?" And so I came back. But I did all my athletics, like all my off-season athletics. I did club basketball with like a bunch of Clackamas guys, a bunch of Putnam guys. So I was everywhere, man. I was in 6A. I was in 5A. I was going to these basketball camps.
Yeah.
And then obviously you guys know I docked at 1A, Damascus.
Yeah.
My experience with it, the competition level is crazy different.
Yeah.
You don't play with killers.
No.
You play with kids that this is their hobby, and that frustrates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I came back to coach for a year, JV, and I only did it for a year because I wanted to win more than most of the guys on my team.
That's
and that
crazy.
drove me insane. I coached like the Barlow kids. Like I took them to NBC camp. Loved it because every single one of them was a killer.
They're just a dog.
Oh, it was the best, man. Like I'm just like, they're like, "What do I need to do?" I was like, "You do this, this, and this." And they're like, "Bet." And we went 16-0 and won our division.
That's fire.
And I've never been more hyped in my life, bro. I looked like a kid geeking out on the side. I did not look like a coach at all. I was probably wearing this exact fit. And I'm just like screaming at these kids. I'm like, "Let's go." The other coaches are in like polos and slacks,
Yeah.
and they're just like, I got addressed by some coaches like, you're not being that professional. I was like, I don't care, I'm winning.
Yeah,
And
you're winning.
And these kids looked up to me,
Yeah.
and they're like, "He's hyped. That's awesome."
Yeah.
So like these little kids felt so good when I was going crazy on the bench, and I could
Yeah.
tell. And so I would go even crazier, and they loved it, and we were winning.
Yeah.
Why would I stop?
Exactly.
I was like, start talking to me when you're winning the games.
Yeah,
against me.
right?
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's like kind of like the whole point of sports is like to get that different stage of energy, like when you're feeling hyped and you're feeling good about not only yourself but like your teammates and stuff, and that whole chemistry.
Bro, you know how
And when you're not feeling that, like when you're not wanting to win, like everyone may have like different opinions about winning and stuff, but
yeah.
like seriously though, like if you're not in it to win it, then like what are you doing it for?
just go sit down, man. Go to the student section or something. But you know how different like my career would have been if I was known for dribbling and passing, right? Like I was never like a all-star shooter. Like I
Yeah.
could shoot, but like I was not like Ryan.
Yeah.
And I was just known for like crossing dudes and flashy passes. That was my deal.
Yeah.
If I would have done something and looked at my coach and he was going crazy, you know how my mindset would be like, yeah, man.
You got to do more of that.
But I'd do that stuff and they'd be like, fundamentals.
Yes.
I stopped looking at my coaches. I started looking at the student section.
Oh hell yeah.
So I'd do something crazy.
That's
and
where the energy's at.
Student section would be
Everything
going
goes
nuts. Like, oh my God. Like dudes would be falling into each other. And I'm like,
yeah.
like why would I look at my coach
Yeah,
when he's shaking
exactly.
his head and I just made something crazy happen and we scored.
Yeah.
And so I took that energy and took it to coaching. And I was like, these kids, like when they look at me, I want them to know that they're doing like a good job.
Yeah.
We're having fun winning, right? I want them to associate winning with having fun because like you don't have to. I mean, I had a list of like not great coaches in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad Patrick, Sam said it on the podcast he was on. Great coach, man. He was my head coach for one season. Not even a season. One NBC camp. He was never my head coach. Favorite coach I've ever been coached by.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Brad wants to win.
He wants to win, man,
Brad
and he knows how to
wants to
use guys, right? Like,
Yes.
I'm fast, Ryan's fast, Silas is kind of fast, but he can catch my passes.
Yeah.
Brad was like, okay, perfect. Have these guys run it, have this guy in a position to score.
Yeah.
That wins.
That wins.
Yeah.
As simple as it is, it doesn't need to be complex.
Yeah, but like, I won't get into it, but we kind of got cucked and didn't get Brad as our head coach. And so, like I said, during my senior year, I just turned it into Showtime. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to get... I golfed with Johnny Shields this morning. I was like... He's like, do you think you could have contended for state? Nobody was beating Sherman that year, bro. I was like, no. I turned it into Showtime because I wanted to have fun. Ryan was having fun. Silas was having fun. David was having fun. Showtime, baby.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, bro. Honestly. So do you think if you would have when you got into coaching, if you would have got into it with the team, more similar to, you said that was a Barlow team.
Barlow, it was Cole's team.
If you were in a team with more players like that, do you think you would have done coaching a little bit longer?
I think so. It's my job is crazy. Like, I don't know when I work. Like, everyone's like, "You free this day?" I go, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Like, I wake up and like to text emails of people wanting to go, like, see a house, do some,
Yeah.
blah blah. So I mean, it came. Yeah, I wasn't working with killers or anything. So I didn't really want to come back and coach.
Yeah.
Then COVID happened, and then B, my job. Right.
Yeah.
So if I could get at a more higher level of coaching, I would love that. I don't know if I'm a good coach or not. I just know I have fun.
I mean,
and I know how basketball works.
Yeah.
Which is more than a lot of coaches in 1A.
Apparently.
So
I think the cat's dying
Sounds
upstairs.
like he's dying.
The cat has asthma.
That's tough.
pain.
Did COVID affect work at all for you?
Yeah. Greatly.
Greatly. How so?
Yeah. People were just at home and people were checking Zillow more often. People needed more space.
So it was better for you then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And did COVID start like right after you got started, or when?
Couple months after. Yeah.
Okay,
COVID started. So I got like licensed in September. And then COVID officially started going in like March. So like 6 months after or so.
That's crazy. You don't hear much stories about COVID helping people out. Like,
No, but it helped the like economy
yeah.
in that sense, and
Yeah.
then the real estate market. Like real estate's crazy right now, and then it's just because it's not directly because of COVID, but it's
Yeah.
a lot of the same, right?
That's tight.
It's insane. It's insane.
What you thinking? You got any questions?
I guess you already kind of like touched on like your goals and whatnot, but like with every guest we've had, we usually try to ask them like, what do you want to accomplish like before the end of the year? I guess like in terms of like, I guess we already kind of asked some kind of like this, but like in terms of your real estate, is there a certain amount of houses you want to sell? Like what? Like do you have like a specific goal in mind?
I want to sell 15 million in volume.
Okay.
And as far as like house count, no, I don't have
Yeah.
that. It's all volume. That's how
Yeah.
I measure my success.
Gotcha.
Is 50 mil, is that rather feasible, or is that like
It's just
I
double what I
really
did
hope
last
I do?
year.
Oh, it is.
Gotcha.
I can do it, right?
Yeah.
I just gotta sweat for it, you know. But it's just double what I did last year.
That's super fun.
Gotcha.
Is other than Matt, is there someone you kind of look up to, or is there like a YouTuber or something that you look up to for more real estate, or is like
The number one broker in New York, his name's Ryan Serhant. I like to watch his stuff. I don't know if I look up to him, just because like he has a different style, right? And he has 1 million followers on everything, so we're not in the same league. Yeah. So I tend to usually only look up to, as far as career goes, people that like I can be in the same league with, right? Matt sells more than me, but I've been in real estate for 1.5 years, and he's been in it for 7 years. He's 10 years older than me. So like it's hard for me. I have to trick myself because I see people. There's one broker that did 13 million in volume in 3 days this week that we know. And I was just like, it's hard for me to not compare myself to that.
Yeah.
But he's like 60 and he has a bunch of like experience. He sold Evan Turner's house. He sold Dame a house. And like I instantly go to comparing myself to these people, and I have to like sit back and be like, dude, you're 22, relax. Like,
well, that guy's probably got like 34 years worth of connections too.
no,
So,
for sure.
like,
And I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But like it's like we talked about, dude. I just want to compete, and it's not fun competing with people my age because, like, not to sound like a prick or anything, but I already win.
Yeah.
So I want to compete with the big dogs, but I instantly lose. Just so it's not. There's no way for me to like gauge it smart. So I just have to.
just kind of do it.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
swing it. Well, that's dope. Have you met other real estate agents around your age doing similar stuff, or are you just kind of like Lone Ranger out there right now?
No, there's a bunch of people my age.
Well, I mean, I know Cameron Davis too. He's kind of doing it. Yeah.
Cam does it. There's people in their mid 20s, but they still have like 5 years on me. There's not anybody that I like collaborate with that I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing because age is a huge thing.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, real estate is big on like perception. Like people will look at you and be like, okay. Like a lot of trust is based on how you look.
Of course.
So I always got to look nice. Like, I mean, I drive the car, like I dress the part. So like when I meet someone, like I'm ready. So
Well, they say they want to see professionalism the first.
exactly.
The first thing. That's
So
I'm assuming that's what you're looking for.
But I don't have anybody that I can be like, what are you doing in this part to get people, you know? I wish I could. And I'm sure I could find them, but just not in our area. I know a couple people in LA that I could connect with, like New York that I connect with. But it's just not, market is such a big thing. We live in different markets.
Of course. So you just mentioned the car, and I love talking to you about your Tesla. So how is it? You've had it over a year now, right? Mm-hmm. How is it?
It's the best car ever.
Is it
the best car ever? I truly believe if you're going to buy any car to daily drive, there is no better car than a Tesla Model 3 to daily drive.
Yeah.
I'm sure obviously there are a billion better cars, but if you want the perfect daily driver, a Tesla Model 3, right? It's so comfortable. It's small enough to like if you live inner city, you're not going to be sweating. You can park wherever. You just charge it overnight. You have 250 miles to 300 miles a day. It's so comfortable. It has autopilot. Sometimes I put autopilot on and rip my laptop onto the center console and I'll work. Yeah. Best daily driver car ever.
How's that autopilot work? I haven't done it myself. Is it like you have to touch the steering wheel every now and then, or is it like
you do have to do that? I bought a wheel weight, or I didn't buy it. Somebody got a wheel weight for me, and so I put it on there, and it thinks my hand is always on there, so I never have to touch it.
Okay, I've seen those. That's tight.
Dope.
But it's great, man. It definitely. I used to drive my ST, and it's just it's a teenager car, man. It really is. And I couldn't meet these millionaire clients in an ST, and they take me more seriously when I drive a Tesla.
Yeah,
that would make sense. Yeah.
So
that's great because you've driven. I mean, I know you. You've driven a significant amount of cars.
Yeah,
both high performance and just kind of normal. So out of all those cars, where you put the Tesla?
Tesla's my favorite by far.
Yeah.
It probably goes Tesla, Jeep, ST, regular Focus.
Yeah.
Jeep was fun. It just broke down all the time.
Yeah.
It's just cool to drive a Jeep, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm a Jeep driver. But, I don't miss it at all. But, as far as it goes, the ST was just fun, man. You felt like you were driving a go-kart, and you're just ripping gears.
That's a fun car to be in.
Yeah.
Tesla's a little bit more fun, though.
Yeah, that's, it's fun, man. I'm trying to get Sam to get one.
Oh, hell yeah. I think I need one for the next car. I don't know.
I'm not even kidding. I think everybody should get one. If you don't have kids, or you don't, need the space, or you don't need, a truck.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. So much space.
I think my mom's getting one in a couple of years. She's tired of the big cars taking the kids to soccer, so she's like, my dad's like, yeah, we're gonna get you something where you don't have to pay for. I don't have to pay for all the gas. So
well, Griff graduates next year, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so she's almost done taking the kids to soccer, anyways.
Yeah. Man, so obviously, I mean, we just met the man. We are trap turnover, so that means we do gotta talk some trap and some. I mean, we can talk turnovers if you want.
Turnovers.
But okay, so music. You say you hate when people ask you what kind of music you listen to.
Yeah, I hate it.
Just we're gonna ask you because we're pricks like that.
Of course. Well, I get it.
What do you listen to right now?
I literally always listen to Drake. Throughout my weeks, I'll probably go through a few of his albums.
Is he the best rapper right now?
I don't know how to judge that, and who's my opinion? He's my favorite for sure.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna be who I'll say LeBron James is the best basketball player. I'll just say that. But when it comes to rap, it's so subjective. It's so subjective. So best overall, I was thinking about this today. I'm like, if you only can listen to one artist for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's toughy.
Right? So, flip the script. This is my podcast now. What are you guys saying? Because I'm saying Drake. Because, first of all, his discography, so many albums, so many features. All of them go hard. And you got Sad Boy Hours. You got hype tracks.
He's got a lot of different, styles.
I'm taking Drake, man. Because it just strictly based on... And this is, not to be all music. Because, if it was all music, I would choose somebody else. Yeah. But hip-hop, trap, whatever, rap.
Yeah.
I'm taking Drake.
Okay.
Because consistency, diversity, I like being sad. I like being hype.
Yeah.
I like,
That's a fair choice. You get the best of every world when it comes to rap.
That's what I'm saying.
You really do. That's a tough question. One rapper to listen to, or the artist to listen to forever. That's tough.
Honestly, I don't even know.
And he pulls enough features that you can it's like a
Yeah.
gray area. So
Yeah.
you're like, I still get
No,
some
you're right.
Future, baby. I
You're
still
right.
get Lil Baby,
Yeah,
right?
That's tough. I don't know. I mean, Drake. That's a good take. But I mean, for the sake of conversation, we gotta go different. So I think I would say maybe like a year ago I would have said J. Cole, but like you said, when it comes to the features and stuff, you're not hearing a whole lot of other types of music. You hear J. Cole's
Double
type of
platinum,
music.
no features.
Yeah.
That's just
J. Cole was my third out of 3. So
Okay, yeah.
that's fair. I don't know.
See, I was thinking Kid Cudi, but then again, all of his music's sad, so it's only one mood. That's the tough part.
how you
I mean,
gonna-
there is some. You got
Yeah,
some
yeah.
variety with Cudi.
I don't know if
No.
you can get ignorant to Cudi though.
Yeah.
You can't
No.
be like,
Yeah, that's the
dude, get
thing.
out of my way. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I love Drake so much. Man.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
you get
Drake's-
tracks.
Different moods. like
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Not only does he
And
act like the top, like
That's a good point you brought up.
Yeah.
The features too. Like, not a lot of artists have that
Yeah.
diverse of features.
It's a crazy question. I should have texted it to you guys.
Yeah.
should have. I might have to go with Travis.
Oh, I didn't.
He's been my
yeah,
boy
I'll
for the
pick
last
Travis.
2 years now,
Yeah.
and he does pull enough of the features to where it's like it's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not always great features though.
I'm saying you get one choice. You don't have to settle and don't feel like you're dick riding if you say Drake too, but you don't have to
I mean,
you're like, oh,
it's a
I
safe
feel like
choice.
some of his features aren't that great. It's the only person you get to listen to for the rest of your life. You choose Travis Scott?
Is
No offense, Travis, send me one of your cars.
No. Okay. Well, so is it you listen to all the music you have right now, or when they keep making music?
Oh,
You
and
get-
when they keep making music, for sure. You get it emailed to you.
I think I'm good with Travis then.
Okay.
I think he's got not a whole lot of variety as far as the type of music he's been putting out. There's not a whole lot of variety. It's pretty much like
You
know
don't
a
ever
Travis song when you hear it.
You don't ever just need to be sad.
But yeah, I don't.
Sometimes
no,
I need to
I've
be
been
sad.
I've been sad for so long. I'm kind of over it.
No, dude,
Yes.
preaching to the choir, but sometimes I need to be sad, and boom, Marvin's Room.
Oh, I get sad. Okay, I watch movies and get sad. I don't listen to music and get sad. I have a different.
Interesting.
I have a. There's some. Okay, there's one album, 17 by X. That's my sad boy album. I listen to that when I'm feeling like I want to kill myself. So
Okay,
Anyway.
so Travis.
I think Travis because like I've had a new appreciation for this euphoric flow, these synthesizers, his bass lines,
Yeah,
just his
it's-
voice because it's so
It's a whole
different.
sound. Like,
I feel like he's outside of the realm of like generic singing and speaking in music. So I think he can do it with autotune really good and without autotune kind of good, and I'm okay with his kind of good.
No, I respect it.
he has
but-
good features too. So
He has
decent.
decent features. His features aren't my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll get Drizzy on a couple tracks sometimes, but like I'm not wild about Uzi. He gets Uzi on there a lot. So I don't.
Young Thug.
He gets Thugger on there. I don't.
Yeah.
All right, man.
But
Sounds like you're settling, but Luke, bring me home.
or Kendrick, I
Honestly,
could say
Kendrick is a great
Kendrick
choice.
is a good one.
Kendrick is a great choice.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe J. Cole.
Yeah.
The problem is I want him to make a lot more music, but I don't know if he
J.
will.
Cole was number 3 out of 3 for me, so
Yeah.
I'm not like
Wait, who's
so
your
who's
number
who?
2? Just to.
Lil Wayne.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
I like this. Okay.
Okay.
So what's
Storyteller, baby.
Yeah.
Number 4 was Eminem. No, sleeper, right? But Storyteller,
interesting?
I truly believe Lil Wayne is the greatest lyricist ever.
Really
Oh my gosh. dude.
better than Kendrick?
Different. Far different.
Okay, that's fair.
He
That's
uses
fair.
he uses a lot of what are they
Similes?
no well yeah, he does use a lot of similes. But
I think that's like all of rap.
metaphors. He uses so many metaphors.
Yeah.
I just love
He
that.
does.
That's just and Lil Wayne just gets so out of pocket that I just am like,
Yeah.
yeah dude.
I heard like most of his stuff is just freestyle. And, like I heard he just goes.
Yeah, I
to
don't
the
think he writes
studios,
anything.
Doesn't write anything. Just goes crazy.
I have to imagine, dude. He's insane.
That's where you
But
get
he
that.
was number 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it went Drake, Lil Wayne, J. Cole.
Yeah, fair.
Eminem, and then he's number 5. You need top 5. You
You
can't
need
just
top
have
5.
4.
So I probably do M, and then man, my 5th. I don't know why I just stopped at 4. That's weird. I apologize.
That's all right. We're here to
Um,
talk.
Man, 5th I'd probably go. That was one of those sentences that I started and hoped that my mind autofill.
Fill in the blank,
I don't know,
please.
man. I'd want to choose like, dude, like a sleeper, just like someone that's like way deep. Probably like Corday. Like
Ooh,
Corday.
that's a great choice.
Yeah.
Did you listen to his new tracks at all?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
I listened to him yesterday. I wasn't wild about him, but I think they're
I really liked them.
yeah,
I really liked them.
very underrated lyricist.
But that'd be the first time I ever heard of Corday. Same thing with Jack Harlow. Is I didn't know of them until I saw their videos on Lyrical Lemonade. So like the day after What's Poppin' came out, I like saw the YouTube video on Lyrical Lemonade. I was like, who is? I thought he was a TikTok rapper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, who is this man? And I listened to What's Poppin'. I was like, this song goes hard. Didn't think of Jack Harlow for like 2 months after that, and then What's Poppin' blew up.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
huge.
But same thing with Corday. His first song that I ever heard was called Old N-Words. You guys
The
know-
J. Cole.
the J. Cole response. So J. Cole put out 1985, and then Corday responded to it, and I was like, "This is heat."
Yeah.
I was like, "This is crazy." And then he put out, man, just like a bunch of stuff after that, where I was like, "Yeah, like
goes
this guy
in,
goes
yeah,
crazy,
he goes
man!"
crazy.
Like, so that was kind of like my whole thing.
Yeah.
life.
I like his character too. That's ballsy to go up against J. Cole. Especially after 1985 and all that stuff with
It too.
Oh yeah,
oh, of course,
because
he
took
take
it respectfully.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
He takes that seriously. Like he's not calling people out for clout.
Yeah.
Like
I think
he's
he
doing it for a reason.
He produced the song with Anderson .Paak too. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh,
R&P.
yeah,
That is
That
one
was-
of my favorite
That
songs.
was produced by
just-
J.
oh,
Cole.
like,
yeah.
it's beautiful.
in general.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
So good.
So what?
That's great.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think J. Cole takes that great because Corday wasn't like, fuck you,
Yeah.
man. He's like, this is why I think you should have taken that at a different angle.
Right.
It's different now.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm sure J. Cole is like, oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, for sure.
I see projects with them in the future. I see big projects.
That'd be cool.
that'd be hot if J. Cole touched a mic ever.
Yeah.
I know.
Is he going to? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
When's
That's why it's tough choosing him because like he has a good amount of stuff.
Oh,
where
for sure.
like I'd be set for life just listening to him, but I want more.
Yeah.
That's why Drake's a good choice because he has so many.
Drake's ooh.
he's on top and he knows it and he acts like it. And
I want Certified Lover Boy to come out yesterday.
Dude, when is it supposed to drop? Do you know?
Never. His knee's hurting him too bad.
Yeah,
I know. He's fucking injured. He's fucking injured. And he's not dropping an album.
He's sitting on those songs, dude. It's done. You know it.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, my knee hurts, man. Whatever.
It's a
Drake.
neat thing, eh? Oh. Anyway, so what's your go-to kind of genre of rap? Like, are you looking for more lyrics? Are you looking for some hype, something sad, or is it just kind of depend on your mood?
Yeah, it's definitely mood, and that's why I choose Drake, bro. It's because he has all of it. I think when it comes to rap too, I was talking to Sam about this the other day. Like, I feel like I always need to somehow relate to like what I'm just screaming. You know what I mean? Like, I can't relate to these rappers saying they murder people. I don't do that. Newsflash, right? Drake raps about being sad about women. Check. That's me. Getting money. I like to think I try and do that.
Yeah.
Hustling, mob mentality, all that. And I'm like, I feel like a lot of what Drake is like rapping about, like, I'm like, me and Drake are the same breed, and we're not.
It's right back to that manifestation stuff.
Sure, man. And like, I'm just like, Drake put out this whole thing. You ever see that interview of someone talking to Drake about like his view on relationships? Did you see that one?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have.
And I was like, I just heard the whole interview, and I was like, that's me. Like, that's my view on relationships.
What was it? What was that like?
Someone was talking to him. He's like, is there a girl in your life? Like, you have this. What is your view on relationships? He's like, man, I've been close a few times to like what I need, but I'm on this path of like where I'm going. I'm on a boat. I'm steering the boat. You can get on and help me steer, but you're not going to change my direction because I can't afford that right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man.
That's cool.
I got close. Like, I've dated a couple people where I've like hit, and I'm like, this could be it. And it just doesn't. Like, I dated a girl a couple months ago, and I was like, oh, like this could work with my lifestyle right now. I just work a lot. And like, I still value my friends and like my time, like my personal time. I'm very self-autonomous, and I was like, this could work. It didn't work, obviously. But like, when Drake put that out, I was like, yeah, man, like,
It's all right.
yeah, that's what I like. I have something going on right now. I'd love it if you could do your own thing, come and help me push this forward. But like, I'm not gonna change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For you. Like,
That's huge. Yeah. And I mean, whether you find a partner to go along with you at that journey or not, like, you always got to put yourself first. Like, as selfish as that is to say, you got to put yourself first, because that's what matters.
Dude, yeah. And like, when it comes to relationships, not to turn this into, tier turnover, not trap turnover. But when it comes to relationships, man, like, I also want someone who's got their own thing going too.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
exactly. Someone's on their own hustle. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's tough, and that's why, if Post Malone was a rapper, I would have been like, Post Malone.
I love Posty, dude.
He's good.
Would you ever get his Crocs?
No.
No.
I got a pair of Crocs right now. I can't imagine just Posts are any different, and I'm not gonna drop that on those.
Are Crocs worth it? Is it Crocs the move, or is
No,
it just kind of like,
I don't.
whatever?
It's just a funny hype thing. I got them in high school. I never touch them. I probably touch them once a year. It's stupid.
Yeah,
That's
what I
Birks are
keep
the move.
thinking. That I wear my Birks probably 5 times a week.
It's almost Birk season for me, baby.
The ground's a little wet these days.
I just can't afford to. I wear like a pair of white shoes. I got like heat in my shoe collection.
What's in the rotation right
It just never. My rotation is Vans, my work shoes, and like workout shoes. Like, I wish like every now and then I'll bust out like my Sean Witherspoons or like my Revenge Storm Vans, like quote unquote. I got a pair of like All-Star ones, so I'll bust out. Like, I like to flex every now and then.
You still got those Off-Whites?
I still got my Off-Whites. I said, man, I like to flex every now and then, but like,
I love flexing. I mean, whenever I flex something, it's like, I think it's super cool, but it's like really cheap. I just find a value in it, but flexing's fun.
Flexing's fun, man. Flexing gets to a point where it gets corny.
100%.
Where like, I think John Bellion is like I used to flex, but that's corny shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, I get it. But John Bellion also has one of my absolute favorite lyrics of all time. He's like, it's cornier to be fake humble. Like, it's basically, the lyric is like, like, it's just corny to be fake humble. Like, if you're gonna fake humble, like, you'd much rather me be like arrogant, like naturally, than like fake. Oh no, like I'm very, no, I'm not successful. You know what I mean? Like, it's corny to be fake humble.
Yeah.
But same thing, like flexing gets corny.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
I try it every now and then. I don't really have anything that I can like flex other than this podcast stuff.
I'd flex this podcast all
I
day.
flex the podcast all day, but
Well,
I don't really have anything I can flex. So.
no,
That's all right though. I don't need it. You don't need it.
You don't, man.
It was like especially bad, like I feel like 3-4 years ago, when like everybody was trying to wear box logos and like Yeezys were huge. Like, I feel like that was an interesting time.
I got a box logo on right now.
Yeah, because 4 years ago was when I worked at Nike, and so I experienced the worst of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
People would show up to work in like flex attire, thinking that we'd all hype them up, and they all did. Like, I would not. My coworkers would be like, "Dang, like fit," but you have to change into the same black shorts and black shirt like all of us. Why wouldn't you just pull up to work in that?
Yeah.
That's pushing it though. It's
like, just flexing because it's corny, man. They're just corny.
That's true.
But to loop back, Sad Boy Hours, I use Post Malone and Drake.
Okay.
That's fair.
Put them on a track together. I use ball my eyes out.
They need
what do you bump for your Sad Boy Hours?
us Kid Cudi and maybe Juice WRLD sometimes, but I don't know.
Juice WRLD, I like it. I have a different appreciation for Juice WRLD now. This last couple of weeks, I've been listening to him a little bit, and some of his unreleased stuff. It's all right.
Got a lot of unreleased.
How you feel about Juice?
Dude, I'm not adept to that at all. I'll go listen to them because you guys. But Sad Boy Hours for me is Post Malone, Drake albums, John Bellion, Kid Laroi.
Okay.
Oh, I like Laroi. It's a good option.
For being a 17-year-old, homie sings like he's had his heart broken a billion times.
Oh, I know.
And I'm just like, man, I'm going to sing along to this with all my heart.
Dude, I love that kid. I first heard him on Mom's Basement, that one podcast by like Banks and like Keemstar or something. Okay. But I started listening to him. Man, dude's got some pipes. And he's got like relatable enough lyrics. Like he pushes it sometimes, but like you can still you're like, I know what you're feeling, bro.
Bro, if you ever got your heart broken and you're sad every now and then, you can listen to that kind of music and be like, I relate to some part of this.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a big spirituality. Like, if you have not been to that like point of being sad. Like if you can relate to what someone's singing, you enjoy music at a different level.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like if you've never been like big ballin', you miss out on some part of like what Drake's saying, right? If you've never had like, if you've never like beefed with someone and you're like, oh, I got like people behind me that are gonna help, you're gonna miss out on what a lot of these rappers are saying. Yeah. And if you've never like experienced like legit separation, like heartbreak from anything, it doesn't have to be like a person. It could be like family member, that blah blah blah, any sort of pain. You're gonna miss out on a lot of the richness that music is.
Yes.
And it's the most enjoyable, spiritual, connective part about music, and it's
100%.
Music is so much more than just the sound of it.
Yeah.
oh,
It's that's what I'm starting to realize. Just like ever since we started the podcast, I've been listening to music differently. I listen to it not just to hear it, but to kind of like learn from it and like see what it's trying to say to me and see what the artist is portraying, because that's what it is. The artist is they're painting their thoughts into words and melodies and stuff like that. So it's like once you understand that, like music is just, it affects you so much differently.
Yeah, and it's so cool because like that's their job, and so you get like some like hype rappers that don't do that.
Yeah.
They're just like party, like that's my thing, and you're like respect, right?
Yeah.
But you get like rappers that like sit down and they're like, I went through this. How do I articulate it to be a good song? And so I listen to music so objectively of like, what is he saying here? Yeah. And if Sam made it this far in the podcast, Sam annoys me so bad. Sometimes I'll show him a song and like, I'm like, we're driving. I'm like, you hear that part? And he goes, oh, I wasn't listening. And I'm like,
I can't not listen to
I turned the song off, dude. Like I was just kind of like listening to the music. I was like, no, listen to the words, Sam.
Dude, I don't know. Sam doesn't really, I don't think Sam listens to music for the lyrics though. He told me he's a really big Uzi fan. So that kind of like, I don't know. You're not listening to lyrics if you listen to Uzi.
He's getting fired. That's for sure.
He's
getting fired.
He likes J. Cole though. He was talking good about J. Cole though.
Sam and I bump. Who do Sam and I like? If I know I need to get Sam in like a groove, I put on Jack Harlow or Kid Laroi and Drake, and I know Sam will bump with me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anything else, like I'm going hard on it, and Sam's like, he's just kind of rocking with it.
Well, I mean, I feel like you have a great taste in music, and I
appreciate that.
Like in high school and junior high and stuff, you were always putting me onto what was not like what was quality music, like. Yeah. And I always had a respect for you in that regard. Like you put me on to J. Cole, you made me have a new respect for Drake, because I thought he was just as hype industry.
A lot of people hate on Drake, bro.
They really do.
Well, they hate on him because it's cool to hate on him. Like if you don't like Drake, it makes you different, right? It's mainstream to hate on Drake a lot of the time. It's kind of forming differently now. Like most of my homies,
I would say so.
Live in like California and New York, they still love Drake. But like it was mainstream, and people are like, oh, you listen to Drake? I listen to real music, and I go. Okay, I was like, you could have gone your whole life and not said that to me, and you'd have been cool. Like,
yeah, there's almost no significance nowadays in saying you don't listen to Drake. Cause it's like,
it's
not only you missing out, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like that's just an awkward conversation to have with someone who doesn't listen to Drake. Like, they never have a good reason why, you know.
Dude, if it's just not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, and just say that.
Yeah.
But like, don't come in like hating on him because it's just lame.
Yeah.
Unless you have a good reason. Like, Drake beat up one of my friends at a concert. Oh, dude, hate on Drake all you want. Like, I used to listen to Russ. I went to a Russ concert.
You went to a concert?
You met him, though, right?
Yeah, I met Russ. For one of my graduation presents, my sister got me, like, Russ tickets. And it was the album There's Really a Wolf, which I actually stand by. Really like the album. Mm-hmm. Really do. Russ as a person annoys me. He just annoys me. I won't get into it. But stuff like that, like if you have a direct experience with someone that like makes you like not like him that much, like respect. And he's one of those rappers that just like turned corny.
Very corny.
Like, I did it all by myself. Nobody ever does anything by themselves, by the way. Like you always have some sort of support. Somebody puts you on. Like you were blessed with something. I did it all by myself. Dude, you know how easy it'd be for me to get on like Instagram and be like, did all this by myself, bro. And everyone would be like, respect. And everybody in my circle would be like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like that's bull, bro. Like my whole family would be like, no, you didn't. Like my friends would be like, no, you didn't. Like at the end of last year, I went to Palm Springs and I took Caleb, Hunter, and Sam. I was like, you three helped me the most in like my career. That wasn't my family. Like supporting, pushing, like anything. And I was like, I appreciate that. So I took him to like celebrate them and like me.
Yeah.
Cause dude, I can never be like, did this by myself,
Yeah.
man.
No, that's just.
That's like out of like every Russ song these days.
Yeah,
like,
man. And it's cool to have that energy.
Yeah.
But like, as long as you can take a step back and be like, dude, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Bro, women have a different appreciation for Russ, though, for whatever reason. Like, 75% of girls I met that I've had a conversation about music to, they mention Russ.
Yeah.
Cheyenne's favorite is Russ.
Really?
Tell him to meet him
I
in
hate
person. He's 5'6". Dude, I stood next to him for a photo, and it made me look like I was 6'5".
I remember that picture. I remember
That's
that.
hilarious.
I like went up and dapped him up, and I was like, you can stand all the way up, bro. Dude, it's crazy. He's a tiny boy.
You've met a significant number of pretty much A-list celebrities, I feel like.
I got to meet a lot of NBA players when I worked at Nike.
Expand on that. Who? How was that? But
D-Book, Marquise Case from the Suns, they came in together. I was in the same vicinity as Kobe. I've told this story to a couple people, and they did not believe me, which was mind-blowing to me. Why would I lie about that? And I got to dap him up, and he didn't say anything to me, which I wouldn't either. But he was in a semicircle with a bunch of like our management team, and like we had like a line. And, like
this was at Nike time?
At Nike, yeah. And so like I got like I dapped Kobe up, and like so many people didn't believe me when I told him, so I stopped telling people.
That's crazy.
But so I got to be Zach Collins. I helped him out. What's his face? Freaking. He played for Atlanta. Oh, Josh Smith came in after hours. Like the store was closed. He was dripped in the Louis Supreme collab. And he had just got like a contract. He was playing in like overseas for a while, and he just got an NBA contract to come back and play for like a little bit. Yeah. And dude, he spent. I think it was like $13K in the store, and it's hard to spend $13K at this store, by the way. Like, so I got to meet him. I got to meet like a lot of cool people. CeeLo Green came in. Whoa. That was really funny.
Yeah, that's random.
Smoke Perp came in. I didn't meet him. I like saw, how it's multi-level. I was upstairs and I like saw him. And then a bunch of like B-list NBA players came in. I got to meet Khalid. That was pretty cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's all. I got to meet J. Cole, but not at Nike in California once.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How was that?
At a Jamba Juice.
That's
Jamba.
sick. You just saw him there?
Yeah. He's just in a sweatsuit, like a hoodie. And I was like...
With J. Cole, how long was his hair?
Oh, it was pretty short, man. I was 14.
Oh,
I was like 14 or 15.
Ago.
Yeah. I was like, are you J. Cole? He's like, yeah. And we were at Jamba Juice. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm a big fan. And he's like, thanks. And I was like, what are you getting? And then he told me what he was getting, and I got the same smoothie as J. Cole. And
that's insane.
Then I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, he was gone. So
Was it bomb? Was it a good smoothie?
Does he have a good taste?
Yeah, it was a peanut butter chocolate love. It was a peanut butter chocolate smoothie. I really liked it.
I feel like J. Cole would drink a peanut butter chocolate love.
Yeah, it does seem like
it was crazy. He seemed, I don't know if he was high, but the dude he was with was high.
I know he smokes a lot more now than he used to, but...
Oh, I'm sure, dude. There's a kid right now getting high. In the back of the Apple Jacks, in between reading the Apple Jacks, he's writing some shit. I'm gonna find him though. I'm gonna sign him. I don't want no problems.
That was the first song that got me into him because it was
Really?
on 2K16. Yeah.
First song
I vividly remember that.
First song I got into at J. Cole was... I probably heard Workout like earlier, but I didn't... I was like, J. Cole! No.
Yeah.
But Tyler was telling me he listened to a song. It was Apparently.
Yeah.
But he was telling me about this one bar, and it was really funny. Took it way out of context. It was like the "Rape Me and We're Pleased."
Yeah.
That part, and he couldn't stop laughing at it. So I listened to it, and it was fire. So I was like, yeah, J. Cole. And then I figured out you liked him. You told me you was gas, so I was like, I'm gonna try J. Cole out now.
J. Cole's gas. I actually bumped all of Sidelines. I was making myself. I don't like listen to rap consistently. Like I listen to like a lot of like John Bellion style music, like a lot of lyricist music and like really beautiful singers I like to listen to during the day. But I was like, I'm gonna be on Trap Turnover night. Let's listen to some Drake. Let's listen to J. Cole. I listened to Sideline Story all day today.
Nice.
What's your favorite track from Sideline?
Dude, so this isn't my favorite track, but one of the heavy hitters of the whole album is Lost Ones.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's a
It's a heavy song, man. And it's cool because like this is in like J. Cole's like ignorant stage, and he stops in the middle of this really hype album, and he's like, "This is something I struggle with," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, it's cool to be vulnerable. That's awesome." And I learned that when I was like 15, and I listened to that. I was like, "Bet."
J. Cole's extremely vulnerable.
Super, man. But oh man, on that whole, can I look?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Because, dude,
That one's on the album.
it really God's Gift goes so hard. God's Gift goes so hard.
The little voice thing.
Yep.
So Dollar in a Dream's crazy. Can't get enough as I don't love Lights Please anymore. I think I overplayed it. Mr. Nice Watch just has Jay on it.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
You gotta love that. Cold World is great.
That one's
bro.
gas.
In the Morning has Drake on it. Might come as a surprise. I skip that song every time I hear it.
I don't love it. I think Drake's verse is a little. It's a little lazy.
Then you got Lost Ones, which we just hit on. Nobody's Perfect. Great song, man. It really is. Never Told. Good. Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine. God's Gift. Breakdown is another heavy hitter. And then Workout. So I think my favorite is between God's Gift and Rise and Shine. And I'm not going to choose one.
That's fair.
I think it's between either of those because those could come on like any playlist. I could be in my feels, and Rise and Shine would just come on like randomly, and I'd still listen to it.
All right, you have to listen to the whole thing too. There's no part in that song you're like, okay, this is getting old. He's just giving you bars for like 4.5 minutes.
For real.
No, man. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't hit on. So my top 5. Let me take out Eminem and let me put in Kanye.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How did I not think? Okay, I switched mine to Kanye. Kanye.
I was just trying to think of because Spotify gives you like playlists, like daily mixes, and I was trying to think of. I was looking at because I was coming on today, and I was like, "What's my hip hop?" Because one of them is like a rap playlist, and I want to see what they were. And the picture for it was Kanye, and the first song was Gold Digger. And then Is She Gon' Pop by J. Cole. Great.
Good
that album is crazy. And then you got Mac Miller.
Yeah, Tyler showed me that song. That album's so good.
Dude, yeah, you got Mac Miller, you got Future, Skizzy Mars, Jack Harlow, Kanye, Mike, Machine Gun Kelly, Chitty Bang, A$AP Rocky, Meek Mill, so on and so
That's
on.
a diverse.
Yeah, so, I mean, you guys use Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
I use Apple Music.
Spotify
users are so mean about it.
No. I have both. Okay. And people are going to be like, why do you have both? Why did you pay? Because if someone's going to send me a playlist, I want to give them the respect and listen to their playlist, and I'm too lazy to remake a playlist on a different platform.
That's genuine.
Yeah, because I have people send me playlists, like, and it's cool, but like, it happened like the first 3 that I got sent, I was very lucky, and they were all Spotify playlists. I was like, bet. And then I had like this girl sent me an Apple Music one, my homie sent me an Apple Music one, and then another girl sent me like an Apple Music one that they wanted me to listen to, and I was like, man, I was like, I'll hit it, whatever. Because they were putting a lot of effort into it. They were doing like the artwork, leaving like notes for it, and I was like,
oh, that's awesome.
I was like,
I felt like you had to.
Yeah, man. And I was simping at the time, so I was like,
Apple Music.
I bought Apple Music to sim.
That's all right.
But yeah, that's kind of.
But you prefer Spotify, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I use Spotify. Yeah. It's just, and then the daily.
I
mixes.
know it's better. I just am so used to Apple
daily mixes because I get lazy and I get in these like ruts of listening to the same music all the time, as everybody does, right? But the daily mix changes every morning, and so
It really does.
And so I have one for Sad Boy. I have one for Hype. I have one for like medium rap, and like they do a great job, and so I rarely skip them. I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
Do you check out your Discover Weekly too? Did you get that one?
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta show you after this podcast. There's a guy that he did a verse on the Jack Boys album. It's like Luxury Tax 50. That's his name. He's got some. He's got a gas song. I'm gonna show you after this podcast.
Okay.
I think you guys should, for one of your prompts, I should have texted you about this one, is like your next guest, be like, what's just a verse from any rap song that like you can go hard on, that you just eat.
I've got one little bar, but I'd need maybe a couple minutes for a whole verse. My favorite verse.
So
we can definitely do that.
You don't love John Bellion, right?
No.
I tried to show him some.
You like John Bellion, right? So John Bellion has a song. It's called Adult Swim.
Dude, I literally showed him that song. He didn't really like it.
That's interesting. Yeah, I respect it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, fair.
To each their own.
It's a different. It's not like. Yeah.
And so throughout the song, John Bellion gives 3 verses, all 3 different paces.
Yeah, different
And
beats.
each verse to me is so spiritual. Like he says something in it that I'm just like, oh my gosh. And everyone, like if someone's like, dude, you gotta choose a bar that you just like stand every word for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, one of the bars from Adult Swim. I'll choose.
Which one?
No, I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm like, dude, like
There's so many. Yeah.
it's so good. I listen to it, and every time I'm like, oh my gosh, because it goes from like a pretty dope mid verse, ignorant verse, slow down verse.
The second one gets me so hyped.
It goes so hard, bro.
This Bellion guy's power level is amazing.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'll show you afterwards, and I'll walk you through. Obviously, we're not going to
Okay,
do
yeah,
it on the
please,
podcast.
please do.
Because the sound quality wouldn't be great, but I'll walk you through why I love every part of it,
please
because
do.
it's one of those, like I said, when it goes through it, you just relate to it,
Yeah.
and so it becomes so spiritual, and you're just like, this is sick.
Do you have a favorite thing that a rapper has said in a song?
Yeah, but I just don't. It's probably some ignorant bar.
I mean,
and it's probably from Drake. And like I said, we should have put this out because
I know. God
because
damn it.
because Drake would hit it, man. I could pick out if I ever come on this again, let's do this. I'll make a notes sheet and I'll just put on a bunch of my favorite bars and we'll just hit them, because
I would love that.
That's a crazy
that.
crazy segment, and
Yeah.
most of them would be like Drake, to be honest with you. Just crazy stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Who do you think it would come from? I'm not asking for a specific bar, but who do you think it would come from?
J. Cole's got some crazy ones, but the thing is, I can't even relate to a lot of the stuff he says, but he still's got some crazy ones. Like '03 Adolescence, that song, the whole part where he's talking about when he goes to his friend's house, and then he's like, how you get in this bread, he's like, you're everything I want to be, that's why I fuck with you. So how you looking up to me when I looked up to you?
Yeah. That goes hard, man. Yeah.
That's a bar.
I'll put you guys on to this guy. His name's Kalen Raps. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I'm not.
I'll put you guys on after this podcast.
Yeah, sick.
A very emotional rapper.
Okay.
And you guys remember when it was gosh, I'm gonna botch it. I think it was the 10 bars challenge 2 years ago or something.
Maybe.
Homie got famous off that.
Wow.
Not famous, but bigger off that.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole every 10 bars challenge was people just flexing, and his homie that he was rapping with for a while had just committed suicide a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'll find that video for you. Oh my gosh, I was like, this is all of his raps are basically about the struggle, and
That's crazy.
How big is he now?
not that big, no, but big enough to. He makes money off it. I'm positive.
Yeah.
Different.
It's crazy.
But yeah, we'll check him out after this.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I don't know. I think I'd go with an Earl Sweatshirt bar or something.
Ooh.
I have
I
one
haven't listened to
that I
that
told you
song.
about. I think I told you about it twice, where he says feeling hard as Vince Carter's knee cartilages.
Oh, yeah.
That just
That goes
stuck with me.
stupid.
It does.
Stupid.
That goes stupid. I can relate. My knee cartilage is bummy. That's crazy, man.
Oh, man.
That's a great verse. Yeah.
But if that's what I'd pick off the top of my head. But if I could probably figure something out. But we're gonna do that. You're gonna come back a couple
Bet.
months.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the
Yeah.
new
Break it
place.
down.
Breaking news. I'm moving out. 2 months. We're getting a space. It's gonna be so much better. I don't know why I did that. It
Oh,
kind of
man.
felt like the end of the
They
podcast.
were curious
but it
about
really
it.
wasn't.
No.
It really wasn't the end of the podcast because I still want to talk about some NBA. With
Yeah,
you.
basketball.
Yeah, it's a good
Uh,
position.
Transition. Who's your favorite player right now?
My favorite player right now. Gosh. Man, I do love the Blazers, right? But they don't possess my favorite player, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite player is probably, at least top 3 is Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm.
Homie's smooth. He really is. It's crazy because he's also a killer, right? He works hard. He's a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot about his game is smooth. When I was training to become a good point guard, fun fact, actually you guys know, I was terrible at basketball until I was an 8th grader or freshman. But I would watch Rondo
Oh, okay.
all the time. Oh my gosh.
I see that
Celtics
now.
rock.
I
Oh
see
yeah,
that
everybody. Whenever I
100%.
tell anybody that,
Holy
that's what they say.
Nikes.
They're like, "Oh."
There's a white Rondo out there. God damn.
So I would watch Rondo and Tony Parker mixes before every game. So I love that style, and so
What about that style? Is it just the smooth ball handling, or
it's the ball handling, the distribution, they are playing chess. They're like, and it's how I like to think I play basketball. I'm thinking about where that guy will be.
Yes.
Not where he is right now, not where he's moving, but where he will be. And that's why it's really hard for me to play with guys that don't know basketball because like I'll throw a pass that looks like a terrible pass, but I'm like, it was good.
Oh, I know. I know. I played hoops with you for probably around a decade, and I was just like, what the fuck is Seth doing? I can't keep up. I struggle getting into the game as it is, but when I'm actually on the court, I was like, what is Seth doing? But I knew you was on a whole other level. Like you understood it from a higher level. I saw basketball from the floor. You saw it from up here.
But that's what I like, and that's probably why my favorite player to watch is probably Kyrie Irving, just because he's very similar. He's probably thinking a couple moves ahead, if not 50, and now he's on that spiritual level, so he's probably talking to the divine while they're going.
Is he Buddhist now?
I think he's
Muslim is what it is. Very unique.
Very unique, for sure. Respect, dude. Believe what you believe. But that's huge. I'm big on the train of free Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal.
I wanted him gone, dude. He is a certified.
Free my dog Bradley Beal. Send him to the Bucks.
Oh.
Yeah, sleeper.
Haven't thought about that.
Yeah,
team.
That's the take.
Yeah. You know who I always wanted to go to the Bucks?
Huh.
Hang with me here.
Okay.
Klay Thompson. Even before Giannis was there.
Before Giannis, elaborate on that.
I don't know. I just was like, he belongs on the Bucks.
You're onto something. You're onto something right now.
I know. I'm either onto something or I'm on something, and we don't know what it is.
You're something.
But now you take. I don't even care which one it is. Obviously, Klay Thompson in a million years would never end up on the Bucks. Mm-hmm. But Bradley Beal would.
Yeah.
Not realistic, but it would happen like before.
Semi-realistic.
Before Klay Thompson for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm big on free Bradley Beal.
Okay.
I think Russ is a great basketball player.
Yeah.
I think he's a decent teammate because you can't put up triple doubles without being a decent teammate.
Yeah.
I just don't like him with anybody. Like, I can't think of one duo. Yeah. You guys talked about duos in your last podcast. Yeah. I can't think of one duo that I'm like, Russ belongs with that guy.
Yeah.
I actually think KD and Kyrie were a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought that KD and Russ, I'm like, they're great. And then I was like, KD and Steph are good, but this isn't peak either of them.
Yes.
Yeah. And now I'm like, Kyrie and KD were meant to play basketball together.
Well, I agree with you because Kyrie and KD, they're very different players, but because of that, they work really well together because they can still do. KD can still do KD things. Kyrie can still do Kyrie things. I feel like
I'm about to disagree with you. I think they're the exact same player, but I think God took KD and stretched him out a little longer. Yeah, I think they're so similar.
Okay, how so?
Skill set, man. KD can handle a rock and he knows how to get himself space. Yeah. Obviously, it's a lot easier when you're that big. Yeah. Kyrie can do the same thing. They use the same moves, except Kyrie blends a lot more in the sense of like he does a lot of spinning and changing of like circulation. Yeah. KD doesn't need to. He does fadeaways, but that's like a half spin.
Right.
I think they play very similar, but like I said, God just took KD and he's like,
that's very fair.
Then you throw Harden in there and he's just
how do you feel about that?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Oh, that's great, dude. I love Blake Griffin. I love James Harden. Yeah. A big take, dude. I don't know why people hate Harden so much. He plays the game.
Yeah, he does.
And him going to the Nets just proved that he can just take it. Like, we saw him make on the Rockets, but not to this level.
Yeah.
And now it looks like he's playing
he has the assets now.
He's playing like the most free basketball of his
career. But homie plays the game, and everyone's like, he flops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too if I got... What was it, 2 seasons ago? He got like 11 points per game off free throws. Yeah. I'm like...
You're telling me you wouldn't?
Yeah. Yeah, I would flop too, man. Yeah. If 1 out of 75 of those get called for... like a actual flop foul, and I have to pay, what's the fine, like 10K or something, 15 or something?
Which is pennies to them.
And I'm just like, yeah, man. Yeah. If I'm getting that, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the worst thing is like, I don't know what percentage of your guys' audience is females, but the worst thing is when you're talking to a girl about basketball.
I think it's 13%.
Is it?
I was actually looking at my percentages on my Instagram today, so it's funny that we're talking about this. Anyways, but whenever I talk, they're like, James Harden, I hate him. I've met one girl that's like, James Harden stan. And I was like, respect, dude. Like, you see it for what it is.
Yeah.
But like, you're like, I hate James Harden. And you're like, why though? He flops. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Homie Bags, he's an all-star.
Yeah.
He can score without flopping too. Yes. I'd be mad if that's the only way. That's
right.
I'll say that. If that was the only way he got buckets was by flopping, I'd be like, you're not a basketball player. He's a basketball player though.
Yeah.
He's smooth. He's probably one of the best scorers in the league right now. Ever, probably. Yeah. Top 10. Yeah. I love that Nets team so much, man.
Yeah.
And it creates the awareness that I was so biased against the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm like, do your thing, Nets. And I was like,
that's me.
What are these idiots
doing?
I was like, oh, you got KD now? Oh, who you got? Oh, you got who'd they get? Freaking Boogie.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wait, they got Boogie?
No, like 2 years
No,
ago.
like Golden State. Golden State. Yeah.
Shit.
I was like, that's so dumb. And now like everybody's going to the Nets, and I'm like, pop off, Brooklyn. Like,
do your thing.
Yeah. But I think I was mad because I'm not mad because like I want to see Brooklyn succeed.
Yeah.
Like I'd love it if Brooklyn got a ring.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Lakers to win.
Yeah.
But like if Brooklyn wins, I'm not mad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
I want Harden to get a ring. Yeah.
And I think I was just mad because Golden State was good with just Steph and Clay.
Yeah.
And like Bogut and whatnot. Like they were
Mm-hmm.
contenders, and then they just kept getting guys.
Yeah.
And like Draymond Green, I can't believe I left him out.
Yeah.
But they just kept getting guys, and I was like, you guys already won.
Yeah. You don't need more.
Share the wealth. Brooklyn has been a struggle bus for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, golly, man, pop off. You guys see Blake Griffin's comment where they're like, how's everybody mad that I'm going here now? You guys all were telling me I suck like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Literally.
He's like, pick a side, because everyone's like, Blake Griffin sucks. He's washed. And now he's popping off, and they're like, super team.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
If I'm Blake Griffin, I'm not mad at all. I'm like, bag talk. Fun guys to play with.
Yeah.
I like, out of all the ego in the NBA, I'm sure KD has a big one, but from like teammate reviews, they're all like, yeah, we love KD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Bag talk, dude.
He's a great player, though. KD's. You think KD's top 3 player right now?
Yes. Yeah. I think he's top 2.
Because I've talked to several people. They might put him in the top 5, but
Right now?
yes, yes.
See, he's been injured a lot. But
Well, not like right now when he's like hurt and injured, but like
You drop him in the league right now, and they're saying that he's maybe top 5?
yeah.
You're talking to dummies.
I think I am talking to dummies.
Oh,
Talking to a lot
he's
of
top 2, man. If he's in the league right now and he's healthy, he's top 2.
Yeah.
Who's above him? Nobody. It's
Yeah,
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and if this is how the list goes, they're right here.
Yeah.
And LeBron James is this one.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's not only just how they play, but their IQ of it and how they know they know how to play their specific game of basketball. Like
IQ, they're both elite defenders.
yes,
They are.
They're LeBron James, far better leader from my perspective.
Yeah.
I've never been on a team with either of them, but from my fan perspective, LeBron James is a far better leader.
Mm-hmm.
Both know how to get buckets.
Facts.
But the difference is LeBron James can do everything. Best point guard in the league right now, LeBron James.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Okay, glad you guys agreed. I was about to leave.
That's facts.
But like, it's so funny. Everyone's like, top 5 point guards. You're like, well, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you missed the best one, actually.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry is the best shooter.
Yeah.
Facts. Crazy handle. Dame Lillard, in my opinion, probably second best shooter in the league right now.
Yeah.
As far as like consistency and range and like difficulty.
100%.
And then Kyrie, great shooter, great scorer, great facilitator.
great shot creator.
Yeah. LeBron James is everything. He's a good shooter. He's not great. He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
He's great at creating shots for others and himself.
Yes.
He's LeBron. He's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
He's like
Best point.
Yeah.
He's like
True.
I really do think LeBron James, like, just his body is the perfect basketball player
Oh yeah, for sure.
because he's huge and he's athletic.
Yeah, anything taller, you're running into health problems and you're losing athleticism.
Yep.
And then you run it anything taller like Giannis is just LeBron James but stretched out again, right?
Yeah.
How you feel about Giannis?
I love Giannis, man. I think he's so fun to watch. I think if I'm Giannis, and I say this about everybody, and I'm sure they've thought about it. If I'm Giannis and off-season hits, I'm calling like my best friend in the league that can shoot, right? Like if I'm homies with Trae Young, I'm calling Trae Young. I'm like, I want to work out with you 3 times a day. What are your shooting workouts looking like? But Giannis also is like, I need to get better. Like they think so different. Giannis is like, I need to get better at quarter turns and hook shots. And I'm like, dude, if I'm Giannis and I'm pretty good at all that anyways, I want to be a shooter. I want to get that strap on me, you know? So it's funny. I love Giannis, man. There's no big guy like him.
He's a menace.
He's a menace, man.
I bet he's really annoying to play against. Like, it's just like,
and if he's
like,
talking
what do you
trash, you
do
can't
against
even understand
Giannis? You put, obviously, you're gonna put your large athletic guy on him, but like, usually the team's largest, most athletic player is not like their best player, unless it's like LeBron.
Yeah,
but
or like Kitsap Porzingis.
Right.
Isn't it? You guys see that thing on like Twitter or Instagram? It's like crazy to think that Kitsap Porzingis and Julius Randle out of those two, like you want to pick Julius Randle now.
Yeah.
Like Julius Randle has the whole city of New York on his back right now, and it's so cool to see.
He's playing so good right now.
It's crazy, man.
What are that? 8 games in a row?
Yeah,
something crazy.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
I came in here and was like, I'm not gonna be able to talk that much about NBA, and here I am.
No, we got it.
But yeah, Julius Randle's crazy. As far as my favorite team to watch,
Yes.
like if I see a Bulls game on, I don't care.
Right.
If I see a Dallas game on, I'm like, Luka.
Yeah.
You know, I'll watch a Dallas game.
Yeah.
Even the Bucks, man. Like if I see the Bucks, I'm like, eh.
Yeah. You know what you're getting yourself into with the Bucks game.
I'll watch the Lakers all day long. I'll watch the Lakers B team play. I don't care. Lakers, baby. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace.
Ooh. I'll always watch Blazers games if I have access to them, because respect, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta.
What about those Hornets though?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! I freaking love every player on that team.
That's a great
Terry
organization
Rozier
right there
is
this
a
year.
legend, yeah.
That's a great team to watch this year.
Dude, Bridges too. That guy is like one of the best dunkers in the league. Dude. He's crazy.
Dude, I got the update on Bleacher Report like 2 days ago. It's like LaMelo Ball might be cleared to play soon, and I was like, please, dear God,
No,
like,
I was pumped when I saw that.
Because like, hate on them all you want, right? I actually like Lonzo Ball too.
Yeah.
And not just
definitely
because like hype train, right? Because like, I'll jump on a hype train all I want, but I'll get off it like once it's like invalid.
Yes.
I think Lonzo Ball is super smart when it comes to basketball. I think Melo Ball just happens to be better than him. Like he just is. And it's a confidence thing. I think Lonzo Ball got cucked his first season in the league. His confidence just got murdered.
Yeah.
And I could like Lonzo, if you're watching this, man,
That would be dopest.
just DM me and like maybe your confidence didn't get hurt, but Melo came in with blind confidence and it worked for him.
Yeah.
And when he got injured, I was like, that sucks because he was definitely gonna get Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
No question. Like he was gonna get it. I don't care what anybody says. And when he initially got injured, they're like out for the season. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And now they're like, he might be cleared to play. I was like, he's getting Rookie.
Well, I mean that's a big story that's going to get a lot of attention when you say no one they're not going to return this season.
Oh,
but
sure.
I'm sure they just said that to say it. But yeah, if he comes back at least by playoffs.
Do you know where they're at in the seeding? Like, can they make? Are they a potential playoff team? The Hornets? Do you know? I haven't looked at.
I don't. I've
Because
looked.
LaMelo in the playoffs in his first year would be just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like the Hornets would probably get smacked by whoever they play, but it'd just be fun to watch. You don't see like a good rookie play in the playoffs that often.
That often, right?
Let's talk about Pelly's. Talk about Zion.
Oh,
Just because it's his second year and he's a baller.
yeah.
And he's
Dude,
putting up 30s.
it's crazy because so much hype is on LaMelo now that not a lot of people are even talking about Zion, even though obviously people are, but not as much as last year for how good he is playing. Like, and he's so efficient too.
Well, didn't he get hurt last year, Zion?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
for
started
like
the
a
season
month or
late.
two.
That's probably why there's so much hype because everybody's anticipating.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, that's another team I'll watch all day long is my Celtics, bro.
Yeah.
You a Celtics guy?
Oh, let me redact my favorite player in the league, Jason Tatum.
Oh,
Jason
Really?
Tatum's my favorite player to watch.
I don't mind watching
his
that kid play.
sidestep.
I think he is
That's-
one of the smoothest in the game right now.
Yeah.
Dude can create shots. He makes the hardest shots that I
Yeah.
see. I'm like, it makes me feel like I've never actually played basketball in my life watching some of these guys play.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I go, oh my goodness. I saw a TikTok today that's like, you get a full NBA game, you score one bucket, you get $10 million. If you don't score at all, you get killed. Okay? They don't know that you're in it for the money. They're like, oh, who's this? Like, you're just you.
Yeah.
So they're not like extra playing defense. Do you take that deal? I say all day long I take that deal.
Yeah.
Oh, and it can't be a free throw.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, man.
I'm good.
I take that deal all day long.
I don't know if I would. I mean, if I was the point guard and I touched the ball damn near every possession, then I'd consider it.
Yeah, they say you get to play as long as you want, as many minutes.
So I play. I play the full game.
One opportunity.
No, it's a full game. Yeah.
So I play the full game and I get the ball every possession.
Whenever you want. Yeah. Whenever you're like, oh, give me the ball. Like you're still a player in the
I
game.
gotta
Even if
make
you're playing,
something.
like, if you're playing like absolute shit, your coaches won't like be like, you're not playing the rest. Like I can keep spamming half-court shots.
This
and
is
they're gonna let me keep
make
that.
it hypothetical.
Okay, I'm doing it.
That's what I'm saying. And
You
it's
gotta
a
make
win.
one in 48
it's a win-win.
minutes.
It's 10 milli or I meet my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I'm doing that all day long because the guy it was like a podcast too.
Yeah.
And he's like, what did he say? He's like, if it's playoff basketball, I'm not making the risk.
Mm-hmm.
If it's regular season basketball, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That's
go
fair.
against any single NBA player in playoff basketball mode.
It's a different environment, dude. Especially LeBron. If you're going to Tuesday, you're done.
But he said like maybe, but like I'd be curious. Like, can I choose my own team? Because if I do, I choose the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe they're just like, this kid's so bad, let him shoot. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you get lucky.
I mean-
and they're just like, if I jack enough threes, man, I'm making.
You can make one. You can make one.
I'm a hezzy Giannis. I'm gonna be like, oh, let me pull up here, and he's gonna jump, and I'm gonna be like, finesse, baby.
Jeez.
I take it all day long.
That would be fun. What about the one they say about the half court shot? You get a half court shot, you get like 10 tries at half court. You make it, you get like $1 million or whatever. You don't, you go to jail for a month.
Is it a month? Yeah, I do that all day.
I don't know.
The one that I've seen is you get $1 billion if you get one try for each. You get $1 billion
like the
for the
layup,
3-pointer or $1 million for a lay-in. I'm taking the lay-in, dude.
I'm taking the layup.
I'm taking a for sure million than a questionable billion.
I still feel like I missed the layup too, but
They say no warm-up. If I get 10 minutes to warm up, I actually might risk the billy.
yeah.
You get one shot?
You get one shot.
Okay, then the layup. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking like, I get a couple shots in there.
The half court shot, I'm actually pretty decent at like high school half court, but like if it's NBA half court, dude, that's a long way.
Yeah.
It is a long way.
And I can't make a half court shot at the NBA in 10 tries. I can make a half court shot at like high school in 10 tries
Yeah.
70% of the time.
Yeah.
I truly believe. So yeah, I take that. A month in jail is nothing. That sounds like a vacation to me.
Hey, would you take the free throw for $500 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can take a free throw. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can take a free throw. I do that all day.
I'm with that. Well,
All right.
that was insane. You want okay? Is there anything you want to talk about?
No, man.
Okay, cool.
That was great. I'll put you guys, like I said, I got stuff to show you guys and put you
Yes.
on to after this.
Yes,
I'm
please.
excited.
It'd just be funny on the podcast. You'd be hearing like muffled music. And,
Yeah.
We've tried it before, and it's not.
Not
it's
get
not
that out of
great.
here.
No, but hey, yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah. Of
course,
We'll
man.
make
Thanks
sure
for
to
having me.
Link your
Yeah.
stuff. Like, check
That-
out his YouTube channel if you haven't already.
Yeah, plug all your stuff right now.
YouTube channel, really easy. You just type in Seth Murphy Real Estate into YouTube. Instagram is just Seth Murphy, but the U in Murphy is an X. That's really all I have. And if you're looking for real estate in the Portland metro area, hit your boys line.
Yes,
There you
do
go.
it.
Hell yeah. Well, we really appreciate you having on.
I appreciate you having me on,
If
man.
you haven't yet, checked out our last episode. What did we even do? Was it just us?
Duos, I think.
Yeah, it was duos. Yeah, it was duos. If you, it
Check
was.
out the Sam one too if you haven't.
Yeah,
as well.
definitely
'Cause
check
that
out
one
the-
will connect well with this one because they're working together.
That's my boy
Yes.
Sam.
It's a cool perspective.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the boy Sam. Shout out Seth. Shout out Sam.
Yes.
Take it easy.
Bye.